Conclusion: the enduring mystery of human connection. As we reach the end of our comprehensive exploration into why humans form long-term pair bonds, we find ourselves confronting a profound paradox that lies at the heart of human nature itself. We have journeyed through millions of years of evolutionary history, examined the intricate neurobiological mechanisms that create the experience of love, traced the developmental pathways that prepare us for intimate relationships, and surveyed the remarkable cultural diversity in how pair bonding is expressed around the world. Yet for all our scientific understanding, the phenomenon of two individuals choosing to intertwine their lives in deep, lasting commitment remains one of the most beautiful and mysterious aspects of human experience. The evolutionary story reveals that pair bonding emerged as a solution to the extraordinary challenges posed by human infants, extended helplessness, and our species' complex social organization. The neurobiological research shows us that love is not merely a poetic metaphor, but a sophisticated biological phenomenon involving some of the most powerful reward and attachment systems in the brain. The developmental evidence demonstrates how our earliest relationships create templates that influence our capacity for intimate connection throughout our lives. The cultural investigations reveal the remarkable flexibility with which humans have adapted the basic capacity for pair bonding to diverse social and environmental circumstances. Yet each of these perspectives, while illuminating crucial aspects of human pair bonding, also raises new questions that push the boundaries of our understanding. The evolutionary account explains why we have the capacity for long-term relationships, but it cannot fully explain why any particular individual chooses to commit to one specific person among the millions of potential partners they might encounter. The neurobiological mechanisms show us what happens in our brains when we fall in love, but they cannot capture the subjective experience of looking into another person's eyes and feeling that mysterious spark of recognition and connection that transforms two separate individuals into a unified we. The developmental research reveals how early experiences shape our relationship patterns, but it cannot fully account for the remarkable resilience and capacity for growth that allows many individuals to transcend difficult beginnings and create loving partnerships despite challenging histories. The cultural diversity in pair bonding practices demonstrates the flexibility of human relationships, but it also raises questions about whether there are optimal forms of partnership and how we can navigate the tension between individual desires and social expectations. Perhaps most intriguingly, our exploration reveals that human pair bonding represents something genuinely unprecedented in the natural world. While other species form partnerships for various practical purposes, humans appear to be unique in creating relationships that combine sexual attraction, emotional intimacy, practical cooperation, and existential meaning-making in ways that can persist across entire lifetimes. We are the species that writes poetry about love, creates elaborate rituals to celebrate romantic commitment, and sometimes chooses to remain devoted to partners, even when practical considerations might suggest otherwise. This uniqueness raises profound questions about the role of consciousness, culture, and choice in human relationships. While our evolutionary heritage and neurobiological makeup provide the foundation for pair bonding, humans also possess remarkable capacities for reflection, communication, and intentional relationship building that allow us to transcend purely instinctual responses. We can examine our own relationship patterns, learn from the experiences of others, and consciously choose to develop the skills and attitudes that support successful partnerships. The modern challenges we have explored, from longer lifespans and changing gender roles to digital technologies and economic pressures, remind us that pair bonding is not a static phenomenon, but an ongoing evolutionary process. Just as our ancestors adapted their relationship practices to changing environmental conditions, contemporary humans are creating new forms of partnership that attempt to meet ancient needs for connection and security within rapidly changing social contexts. This adaptive capacity suggests that the future of human pair bonding will depend not just on our biological inheritance, but on our collective wisdom, creativity, and commitment to supporting healthy relationships. The scientific research we have reviewed provides valuable insights, but it must be combined with practical wisdom, cultural learning, and individual experience to create the conditions in which long-term partnerships can flourish. One of the most hopeful findings from relationship research is that successful pair bonding can be learned and developed rather than being simply a matter of luck or finding the right person. Couples who develop strong communication skills, realistic expectations, effective conflict resolution abilities, and commitment to mutual growth can build satisfying relationships even when they face significant challenges. This suggests that understanding why humans form pair bonds is only the beginning. The more important question may be how we can support individuals and couples in developing the capacities needed for successful long-term relationships. The implications of our exploration extend far beyond individual relationships to encompass broader questions about human society, mental health, and collective well-being. Strong pair bonds appear to provide benefits not only for the individuals involved, but for their children, extended families, and communities. Understanding how to support healthy relationships therefore becomes a matter of public health and social policy, not just personal fulfillment. As we look to the future, several questions emerge that will likely shape ongoing research and practice in this field. How will continued changes in technology, gender roles, and social structures affect pair bonding in the coming decades? Can we develop more effective ways of preparing young people for the challenges and opportunities of long-term relationships? How can we better support couples who are struggling with relationship difficulties before problems become insurmountable? Perhaps most fundamentally, how can we honor both the biological foundations of pair bonding and the remarkable human capacities for consciousness, choice, and growth that allow us to transcend instinctual responses in creating relationships that serve our deepest needs for connection, meaning, and mutual flourishing? The mystery of why humans form long-term pair bonds ultimately brings us face to face with the mystery of human nature itself. We are creatures suspended between our animal heritage and our unique capacities for consciousness, culture, and choice. Our relationships reflect this duality, combining ancient biological imperatives with distinctly human capacities for love, commitment, and meaning-making that transform survival strategies into sources of profound fulfillment and growth. In the end, perhaps the most important insight from our exploration is not that we have solved the mystery of human pair bonding, but that we have deepened our appreciation for its complexity, beauty, and significance. Understanding why humans form long-term pair bonds helps us recognize these relationships not as mere accidents of evolution or social convention, but as one of our species' greatest achievements, a triumph of cooperation, commitment, and love that has enabled us to create lives of meaning, security, and connection in an often challenging world. The couples holding hands in hospital rooms, building homes together, raising children with patience and dedication, and supporting each other through decades of joy and sorrow are not just following biological imperatives or cultural scripts. They are participating in one of humanity's most remarkable innovations, The conscious creation of lasting bonds that transform individual existence into shared meaning, isolated survival, into cooperative flourishing, and the biological fact of reproduction into the human experience of family legacy and love. As we continue to study, support, and celebrate human pair bonding, we engage with questions that touch the very core of what makes us human and what we most deeply value in life. In understanding why we form these extraordinary bonds, we come closer to understanding ourselves, our relationships, and the possibilities for human connection that continue to evolve with each generation's efforts to love well and build lives of meaning together.